Hey, what's going on with you and Corinna? What's the deal with that, man?
As of now, we're
I guess as of both, like as of now, as of always.
yeah. I mean, right now we're not in each other's lives right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You guys broke up again?
I mean, we weren't together for about a couple months, but we were hanging out every day.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So you were like sort of like seeing each other, but not really.
Yeah, like we'd hang out, stay at each other's houses, and then and now we're just she's doing her own thing
And you're doing your own
she
thing.
needs her space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's
It is what it is.
I guess so. It's just like I need to move on.
Yeah.
Like we're best friends, but not anymore.
You're not even best friends anymore?
No.
Really?
No, I don't think so. We don't talk anymore. I mean, it's been a couple days, but
Oh, that's shitty. I mean, it's only been a couple days, but
yeah, but she's moved on. Like when we were like friends and hanging out, like I didn't see anybody else, and I don't think she did either. But now it's like even that's changed. Like she's doing whatever she's doing.
Yeah.
I don't even know. I don't know about it.
All you know is that your guys' relationship's like, even just as a relationship, not even romantic one, it's like on hold.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
It's not there. But it sucks because the internet, you can see everything and people like show you things going on.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's like fucking.
Everyone's keeping track of your guys' relationship.
Yeah, and letting me know things, which I don't want to know about.
Yeah.
Like Twitter, like I don't want to see. They tag me like, look at this, she's doing this.
Like she's out doing this with this person or something.
Mm-hmm.
That's shitty.
Yeah, but it's fine. It's like one of those things like happen over and over and over again. Like you're beating a dead horse.
What do you mean?
Like just like us like fighting, not hanging out again, fighting, not hanging out, then hanging
on
out
and off
again,
again.
on and off.
Yeah.
Even as a friendship and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's fine. It's like what's been needed.
What do you think? I mean, like someone being on and off again. Obviously, that means that there's a lot of turmoil in. Like it's weird. It's like you'll have these big bursts of like maybe fighting,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'll be away from each other for a little bit, and there's just something about that person that you can't stay away from.
Yeah.
Like an addiction.
Yeah, that's what it would.
And do you think that this is a weird question because I don't want it to demean anything that you guys have or had or whatever, but do you think that it's a case of you like the chase of chasing somebody, or do you think like those were like, I mean, I do feel like you have past tense, whatever, feelings for her and everything, but like, is it a chase thing?
I think maybe a part of it
Sure.
was because I mean like any human, like you want what you can't have. It kind of intensifies, and so it's just like I want, like I want to get what I want.
And then as soon as you get it, what do you feel?
Then sometimes I feel like, why did I do that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I hate to admit that, but it's like you chase and like you can't have it, and so it's just like eating away at you. And it kind of like I hate to admit this, but I don't know if it's true or not. But it could be a case of like my ego, like deep inside.
Yeah.
That I don't want to admit to it. But I think.
Like your ego of like you don't want her to like be with somebody else because of your ego.
Kind of, like it's so shitty to say out loud.
I mean, I feel like that's kind of normal for if you're in a relationship with somebody and then they start dating anybody else or whatever with somebody else, then you're
just like
your ego gets it does get bruised on both sides of the equation.
But at the same time, I do have like severe, genuine love for her.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those things like you're with someone like for so long every day, and then all of a sudden it's just like, boom, it's like
it's like a car crash, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like
a breakup's like you can kind of sense something bad is gonna happen. You get this gut feeling that something really bad's gonna happen, and then it just out of nowhere. I mean, not out of nowhere, but it's like hits, and it's very sudden.
Exactly. It's like say you're with someone every day, and they just this is intense. They die, right?
Yeah.
Like, they were here 1 minute, and now they're just gone.
Yeah.
And they cared about you so much. You care about them, and now it's just fucking just done.
Yeah, like you guys didn't even know each other in the first place.
Exactly, and it's just like a really like shitty feeling to think about, but like that's life.
Yeah.
And like that shit happens.
Well, because it's hard, because like when you break up with somebody, and you've been so intimate with that person, how do you go back to just being like, hey, you want to get some coffee, and like not do anything with each other, and not like hold each other intimately, and not do these things, and hey, I'm going to talk about this new person I'm dating, and you're going to talk about this new person you're dating, and it's like a giant sweeping something under the rug. It's like an elephant in the room of like, yeah, we didn't have this big like experience, like romantic experience together, so now we're just going to pretend like nothing happened. And I don't know any people, I've never met any person that like has made that work.
Yeah.
That has made, we were dating and now we're friends. I mean, sure, there's a select few that are mature enough or whatever enough to make it happen, but I don't know, it's just hard. It's just so fucking hard.
That's what was kind of my fault. We were hanging out so much and for a while, like not being together.
Yeah.
But I still had feelings.
Yeah.
And she didn't. Because she just like started losing feelings.
Yeah.
Whatever it happens. And so that's where it was my fault. Like I stuck around thinking and hoping in the future that something would turn around and, you know, we'd be working on things, but that's just not the case. And so like that's where I should have just realized it and just left it alone, but I didn't, because I'm like, I have like this like, I don't know if I don't have like an addictive personality, but where it's just like I kept going for it and thinking that it would work out, if that makes sense.
You kept like picking away at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that was my fault with that.
Did you know that by picking away at it, did you know that the relationship wasn't going to work out? Like deep down, did you know that?
No.
You didn't know. You didn't think that.
I didn't think that. I honestly, like, dude, we like just like got along really well.
Yeah.
And
okay.
so.
Because I was just wondering if you had that sense early on, because maybe you picking it away. Because I'm wondering if you, because I know a lot of people that would deny this, but maybe it's kind of true and they're not acknowledging it. Do you pick away at something that you know is going to fail because you enjoy being sad?
That's what I used to think.
You used to think that, okay.
I used to be like, when things were good, this is the case too also because of like writing, and it sounds so terrible, but like I would have like this weird no inspiration, right? And things are going well in my life with girls or whatever.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, damn, like I need like to capture that inspiration somehow.
Yeah.
Deep down subconsciously. But I wouldn't go out of my way to ruin anything. But then when I would get there, I would be able to write.
So what you're saying is you don't feel inspiration for fiction, so you would want to create drama in reality to inspire you. Not create drama.
I wouldn't create it, but I would miss it. No, not miss it. I don't even know it.
What I'm getting at is like, do you think it's a case of you getting like bored?
Maybe.
Is that like you're like bored, so you're like, okay, like, so let's try and, I don't know, I don't want to say create drama.
I would never go out of my way to do that.
Okay.
But like, I would think about it.
Sure.
You know, and it sounds it sounds awful. But no, I would, of course I want to be happy and enjoy being happy. But,
I think, yeah, but I don't know if, because I've had a problem with that too, is where I used to, where I would go into a situation, not even a relationship, but a situation, sort of knowing the outcome might be bad, but still doing it. And I was like, thought the same thing, like, why am I doing that? Why am I intentionally doing this thing that I know is not going to make me feel good?
Yeah.
And I was wondering myself, like, about if I enjoy those bad feelings more than the good ones. But then I think I did when I was younger.
Yeah.
Maybe when I was younger, I was like, ooh, this is like interesting, and it's like TV or something, man. It's like it's drama and it's interesting, but
once you get to the bad point, then you don't want that anymore.
The really bad point.
Yeah. So you think about it, like, I've had times where I think about it, like, I'm like, ooh, like, maybe do I miss that? But I know once I get there, I'm not gonna like it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then it really sucks.
And then you're there.
And you're like, fuck, why am I here?
Why am I here? And then it's like, oh wait, because I kind of put myself here.
Yeah.
And this is when you're in that like terrible moment, you're like, this is the exact opposite of what I want in reality.
Yeah.
Maybe this fantasy I had of like, being this like sad person, and this almost like romanticized feeling of being like sounds sad and, you know, like she's gone or this didn't work out. But then when you're actually in it, you're like, fuck, this is terrible. And I need to do something to get out of this. And that's why I'm saying, like, as I've gotten a little older, I think same with you. Now you're trying to figure out ways to get that constant, that maintaining your own happiness, right?
Yeah. And I mean, I think I'm okay. I don't know.
What do you do to do that? To maintain
happiness?
Yeah, to do like a steady.
Steady?
Yeah, steady.
I really, so these last few days I've kind of like been on this bender of like just kind of like drinking and going out, just trying to like feel something and kind of like distract myself.
I'm kidding. No, I know what you mean.
And so what I realized is, to be happy, that's not gonna like make you happy. Obviously, you're gonna do what you do, wake up, feel like shit, be depressed, or maybe not be depressed, but be sad. And so I realized, like, in my life I need structure. And so I like to wake up early and try to, you know, get a workout in, or edit a little bit, do some work, maybe like go do something with some friends and just stay busy, like reading and writing. And what actually has been helping me a lot is just going on hikes. Yeah. And really kind of like putting your body through something. Yeah. And then being obviously with nature really helps. Totally. I don't know, I really need to like distract myself and like just be productive. And so I think structure, maybe like not all artists, or like what I've heard, like past artists, like they really thrive off of structure. You know? Sure, yeah. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, without it, you're stuck in your head.
Yeah.
Without structure.
And so like, yeah.
Yeah. So would you, like, you know, because like you said, you went on that bender, but now you're doing a little bit better. Do you think that, have you been, I'm sorry to bring it back to Corinna, but have you been in a relationship before her? Like, like a serious one?
Yeah.
Okay. So you know, like, the ins and outs of like how they go, because I hadn't been in one, because I'm dating somebody now, and I haven't been in one before, like an actual like serious one. So I had this fear of not knowing how it goes, and like, is there effort that I have to put into it? Like, is there something I have to change in order to be with this person? And when I got in, and I realized, no, there isn't. Like, this feels totally effortless, and I don't have to do anything to make this okay, and to make this give me like happiness, because it does. Yeah. And that's the thing. I thought I had to change who I was or something. I didn't have to do any of that. And I guess I'm wondering, like, did you have to do any of that, like, with Corinna? Like, did you have to? Was that just like this seamless, like, not a big deal, like, effortless thing when you were with her?
With the relationship?
Yeah, because also you guys are online. You guys are public.
Yeah, it was super brutal.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like everyone's just commenting. I mean, I hate to say it, but I look at some comments every once in a while, you know? It's just like...
Yeah, of course you do.
When we broke up one time, it was like online, and then getting back together, and then people were like, oh, all you just do is break up and get back together and all this stuff.
Yeah.
Shit. And like, I don't know, it's just like, nothing's private, and I guess, I guess this is the path that I've gone down, you know what I mean? But if I could go back, I would definitely keep our relationship, at least in the beginning, more private.
Yeah, like, I don't know how anybody can like really make it like a very public thing, because of what you're saying, because of the faults of the whole. Everyone who's watching can chime in and disapprove, approve. Like, it's like you're at a family dinner with 30,000 people.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, when you bring your girlfriend home or your boyfriend home for like a family dinner, and everyone's like, "What do you do?" Like, and it's almost like this weird judgy feeling.
Yeah.
You almost feel like you have to appease their family in a way and like win their approval, but it's like having 30,000 drunk uncles. Like, when you're dealing with that, especially like what I'm saying is online. Yeah. Online dating is like having like a million drunk uncles like watching you and judging you. Yeah. The relationship, and I just couldn't. I don't know, man. Like, I do think that probably contributed to the, you know, to the turmoil that you guys went through.
Like, I'm like, I don't know, like insecure about like certain like videos, and like that's why I haven't been posting much. Well, just because of like what's going on, and then but like also like I don't want to just like put crap up there because that's what I used to do, just put like random shit and just like a crap video.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't know. I just
what's the fear that's behind putting up something that you don't think is the best? Are you afraid that it's gonna, like, looking back 10 years in the future, like 10 years from now, you're gonna look back and be like, oh man, like that's what I put out for everybody to see about me. Like, definitely, I should have put out something else.
That's something to deal with it, and like just like even like in present day, like if I post, I'm like, oh damn, like this is, and then people commenting stuff like that, and
I wonder if people right now who do YouTube and everything 10 years from now, like let's say somebody like, I don't know, Jake Paul, say Jake Paul, like 10 years from now, he's gonna look back on all this shit that he did, like when he has kids, and I'm wondering if he's gonna be proud of it, or if he's gonna look at it like, holy shit, like how do I delete all of this so that you know, because I mean you can't really delete all. I mean, if you delete the videos, people still have this image of you in their head. Well, you can't please everybody.
Yeah, exactly. And so,
you know,
you
like
say it's like something you have to just get over.
Yeah, no.
Insecure.
Being insecure about what you put out.
Yeah, and like that's how, like when I first started writing, I would write like sometimes I would come home from the bars back at my parents' house, and just I would stay up to like 4 or 5 in the morning after like after drinking and just write.
Yeah.
You know, and so.
Well, I mean, if we're talking about like creativity, I mean creativity is like, if you have that in you, that's just another function of your body. It's like taking a piss or taking a shit. It's just something you do, you know? Because there are certain people that are creative. I feel like most people are creative in different facets of like the world. Everything is creative. Yeah, like making somebody that's making a building or making food. That's all creative shit. So that's just, creativity is just another part of your function. And you wouldn't, like, think of it like this, like, when it comes to being insecure about what you put out, like, you wouldn't be insecure about, like, taking a shit. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, that shit I took, it's not as good as the last shit I took. You know what I mean? You don't, it's just a function. It's just something that you put out. I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you can't be insecure about taking a piss if your stream's not heavy enough. You know? Kind of weak. It kind of shows dominance.
Okay, so going now less towards YouTube and more towards, like, because you don't strike me as somebody that wants to do YouTube, obviously, based off of your, you know, your writing passion and everything. So, when you're 40 years old, what do you think, like, do you think you're gonna still be that creative person, or do you think you're gonna end up being somebody that, like your grandfather, that, like, kind of works like a more normal job and has a more normal life?
I definitely do want to be that creative person.
Yeah.
Like, be there. Like a dream, I'm sure, like for you too, like to, like, writing and directing something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so I would love to be doing that. And obviously, I think about, like, more realistic, like, maybe not more realistic things, but like both old-fashioned and on the creative side, like thinking about like future investments and stuff like that. Then again, I also want to stay like writing and creating stuff just to like have that. You know, I would love to be 40 and still doing what I'm doing. Maybe not on YouTube, but like maybe on a bigger scale.
Sure.
You know?
You want to be...
Even though YouTube's a big scale.
Yeah, it's the biggest scale right now,
Yeah.
for sure. It's, I was thinking about that the other day, like, how Hollywood's not as... It's just not as big.
As powerful.
Not that it's not as powerful, but there's a lot of... entertainment has been diluted now to where you... Back in the 30s, the reason why movies like Gone with the Wind made $1 billion back then was because you couldn't do anything else. There wasn't even television. You couldn't do anything. And you either went to the movies or you played with a stick. Like, those were your options for entertainment. And
now everyone has entertainment.
And now you can watch somebody play with a stick and hit somebody else with a stick on your phone. And then you can go to a movie where you're watching somebody hit somebody with a stick, in a movie. You know what I mean? And it's just like there's so many different avenues for entertainment now, and YouTube's a huge reason why kids don't go to movies and why kids watch TV shows, but no kid's gonna get up out of their bed when they're snugly watching a Toddy Smith video or like a Liza video and be like, yeah, I really want to go see this movie where I have to not be on my phone for an hour and a half and be surrounded by people who I don't know and don't like and do this and watch this movie that I'm probably not going to be interested in.
Which sucks because I think going to the movies is great.
It's my favorite thing.
So much fun.
It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah.
But I can totally understand why somebody raised on the internet and raised with YouTube and these short videos that kind of can, I guess, enable a shorter attention span wouldn't want to go to the movies.
Like I've had videos where I thought I really enjoyed this video and I thought I put a lot of effort into it and making it kind of, trying to like be creative or have some art in it, and be real.
Yeah.
And it's just like fucking doesn't get any views, which I guess ultimately is fine.
Sure.
But in the time being, it makes you feel like shit.
Yeah, because it makes you feel like the things that I actually want to do aren't going to get recognized, and the things that are very simple and almost require no effort get viewed the most. Yeah, I can see that. It's a bummer, but
and
I don't know. It's a bummer, but I also think that the audience, there's always an audience for
something.
There's always an audience for something. So your poetry, your whatever you want to do, like your writing, your book, if you want to make a short film, your music, all that stuff. There's always going to be an audience there for that.
Yeah.
It's just that the audience that enjoys that is much smaller than the audience that likes watching people like eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And likes watching people hit each other in the nuts with sticks.
Like
it's just smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Still there.
Like for when you like put your short films out there, like I'm sure you feel the same way. Like you put like your soul into the writing these, right?
Sure.
And like yourself.
Yeah.
Like do you get scared, like putting it out there? Like oh shit! Like now like my soul is here and people can they're looking at my soul and like you know what I mean?
No,
like
because
out there.
No, because I don't care. Like if I've stopped caring. I kind of just take it as this is me just doing something that I want to do.
Yeah.
And if somebody doesn't like it, then what does it matter?
Yeah.
Like why would it matter to me? Like this is exactly what I wanted to do. So why?
That's what I've been trying to like realize too, because like say someone doesn't like something, or like say me and you we just meet and like we have like an awkward thing, right?
Sure.
And you think like, oh fuck, why did I just do that? Like I'm an idiot. But that doesn't really matter. No one cares. No one really cares. It's like done.
Yeah.
You know, you get a bad comment on like something. No one's gonna like fucking. It sucks that like sometimes it'll eat you up, but like, no one really cares.
It'll eat you up for a second.
Yeah.
And then you kind of go like, oh well, that person. A, I don't know that person.
Yeah.
B, it doesn't matter to me because I'm doing what I'm doing, and if we're talking about just a purely like creative thing, let's say you put something creative out there and somebody doesn't like it, then you're like, okay, fine, like I didn't make this specifically for you.
Yeah.
I don't have to tailor what I want to do specifically for you so you like this.
Yeah.
Because then if I tailor something specifically for you, then that person's not going to like it. Like no one's going to love everything that you do. There's going to be people that just don't like you and also what you do. But you just got to go, who gives a fuck? Yeah. Like I have stopped caring. Like there's like a group of people that I care about their opinion. Without a doubt, you're one of them. But like I just beyond that, I give less of a shit than what they would think of something that I do. So with the shorts, like I'm like if you like it, I'm like, oh cool, Toddy likes it. That's great. That means I did something good. But if it's Joe Schmo across the street that's like, you suck, I'm like, cool, man.
Yeah.
I don't know you and I'm never gonna talk to you. So what does it matter? I don't know. But yeah, I would say keep doing it.
Thanks.
Or don't.
You too.
Or don't do it. That's the great thing you have to realize is like when it comes to making things, you don't have to do it. You don't have to. You can have a drive to do it.
Yeah.
But if it's causing you too much turmoil, then don't do it. and just work at Arby's or something. That's what I've thought about sometimes. I'm like, if anything gets too bad, I'm like, I don't have to do this. I can just work at Arby's. If it's causing me a lot of emotional stress, just, I don't know, work at Baskin Robbins.
Yeah.
And then do that. And then
But if you don't scoop well enough, it can cause you fucking stress, you know?
I guess, yeah. I guess you can never be happy, Todd. I guess that's... All right, we're here.